Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing amazing and having a great day. I am your today's host, Ahnaf Tami Chauhan, General Secretary.
And I'm your co-host, Afia Khanam Abha, the Joint Secretary of Workshop and Seminar at PFSD EOC.
Today, we are welcoming you to the 5th episode of Monologue Mondays.
And with us today, we have someone very special. He is one of the leading positions in our very own institution, BAF Shaheen College, Dhaka, one of the most prestigious institutions of Bangladesh.
It goes without saying that Monologue Mondays is a signature interview podcast hosted by the one and only language club of Shaheen. And to start it off, without any further delay, let us introduce our guest for today, Mr. Fazle Chowdhury, BPP, the Group Captain of Bangladesh Air Force.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. It's been our utmost gratitude to have you here today with us. Sir, to start it off, how are you doing?
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you very much. I'm doing very fine. How are you doing?
Sir, we're also doing great. And so, sir, as you're a person of great morality, and we all know that to have a great morality, we need to have a very strong foundation from our childhood. So from this point, we're really very curious to know, how did you spend your childhood and where did you spend it? So,
actually, I was born in Dhaka. I was born and brought up in Dhaka. My childhood is here in this city and this cosmopolitan. And precisely saying, I spent my childhood in Mirpur. I was a student of Manipur Uch Vidyalaya. Now it is known as Manipur High School and College.
That is excellent, sir. Sir, as we read in our textbooks, family is the foundation for a good childhood, but right after that comes educational institutes, mainly school. And speaking of school, sir, what was your educational background, your school, college, uni? If you would please brief us about that.
As I've told you just a few minutes back, I was a student of Manipur Uch Vidyalaya in that time. Now it is Manipur High School and College. I got my secondary school certificate examination from Manipur High School. I spent my early life there in Mirpur. Then I was admitted myself in Theatrical College in Indira Road. I had my higher secondary from Theatrical College. And then I had my Masters in English Literature from Dhaka University, Honors and Masters. I spent my university days in Dhaka University.
That is amazing, sir. English literature, that means you're very familiar with our club and its works.
Yes, I also feel privileged that I am attached with you, one of the very promising club of BF Shaheen College, Dhaka.
Thank you, sir. That really honors me. Sir, going forward, what would you say as your childhood memories? What were some of your most memorable childhood moments in your institute, outside your institute, if you'd share them with us?
You see, nowadays, it was just after the liberation. You know that we got liberated in 1971. In the mid-70s, late 70s and early 80s, we were it was our school days. I had my school, I told, in Mirpur. So I spent my time there, and at that time, the family bondage was very what should I say, it was very concrete, and we were in fact we were having a very joint family. My brothers, sisters, my uncles, all we used to live together. And then our society, actually at that time in the early 70s, late 70s and 80s, Mirpur was not like what it is today. It was like a suburb in those days. So in those days, we had the mixed flavor of life, like some rural flavor as well as some urban flavor. Both flavors are there in Mirpur. So I spent my days, which I believe it was very glorious days in my life.
That is incredible. So childhood indeed is the most memorable and glorious time in our lives.
Yes.
Sir, as you are the principal of BF Shaheen College, Dhaka, which is a dream college to many of the students of our country, and you are also the group captain of Bangladesh Air Force. Sir, was it your dream to work for Air Force from the very beginning, like when you were a student?
Truly speaking, it was not. In our time, it was not that much easy to fix a goal to what we used to tell the aim in life. The aim in life was not that much concrete in our days. We used to try in different ways. Actually, in my time, my aim was to become a doctor, but I was destined to become an Air Force officer, and I became an Air Force officer.
And we could say that was for the better, or else I would have never had the opportunity to sit with you here today.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And sir, Shaheen is a place where many people are from very different places. So what are some intriguing scenarios you came across while being a notable part of the journey of Shaheen?
You see, BAF Shaheen College, Dhaka, the location of this Shaheen College, you know that Air Force is having many other Shaheen colleges. In fact, Dhaka, we have another Shaheen College that is in Kurmitola, and in almost all the big cities we are having Shaheen colleges. But particularly BAF Shaheen College, Dhaka, the location itself is very unique. It is almost located almost in the heart of the city. So every day the busy atmosphere we are coming across, that is the most interesting thing I am every day facing. When I come to the college every morning and I see my students coming, and at the time of what is called the school is everyday school is off or finishes, when they go back, the traffic, the guardians, and the everyday affair, this is the most interesting thing every day I am facing, because each day is a new day for me. Each day I am facing somehow some new what is called the new scenario or new situation, and we are to address all this situation at that moment. So this is the most interesting thing I am experiencing every day.
Truly excellent, sir. Moving on, being a principal of such a prestigious institute is an important role as much as a tiring and very bearing role. Sir, what are some of the most challenging things you faced while maintaining the smooth functioning of such a big institute?
We have just come across a very unique time. For last 2 years we were closed for the COVID-19 scenario. After that, almost 2 years after that, we reopened the institution, and after the COVID scenario, the most challenging thing we are facing, it is the restart in the classroom situation. This is number one, because the students, the teachers, the administration, we became habituated somehow online, but again we are coming offline, so we are giving a restart. This is number one. Next is the most challenging thing for us in this type of college, or particularly BAF Shaheen College, Dhaka. The pressure for admission is the most challenging thing, because the guardians, they consider this institution one of the very unique institution. So for admission, the pressure is there. So after the admission, it comes the standard, because as you have already told, Shaheen College is a very prestigious educational institution in Bangladesh. If we go through the history, this college was established in 1960. Yes. Since then, this college is giving or producing very good students, and the students of Shaheen colleges, of all the Shaheen colleges, we will find many prominent or famous personalities there in the society. So the challenge is that to maintain the standard as far as the result is concerned, as well as the challenge is there to give the students the extracurricular activities or the aesthetic domain to become or to make them a total human being. That means for academics, we are trying to give them the standard education, as well as for the ECA also we are trying to give them the real standard to make a good generation. This is our challenge we are every day facing, and we think that we are going with it.
Excellent, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, it's about time we read a comment from our viewers. So, sir, the comment I got is, according to your perspective, does the military sector of Bangladesh contribute to bringing out the potential future leaders working tirelessly for the country as good human beings?
Absolutely. Military, you see, a military is primarily designed to safeguard the nation. This is their primary responsibility. But this primary responsibility mainly wasted when the time is when it is wartime. But in the peacetime, we are also not sitting idle. In the peacetime, military is working with the civil society very closely, and in terms of education, military in general, that is Army, Navy and Air Force, and in Bangladesh Air Force in particular, we are contributing huge to the society in terms of education. Almost all the services of Bangladesh Armed Forces, that means Army, Navy and Air Force, we are having a good number of educational institutions, right from the preschool up to the university level and medical colleges, and from there every year hundreds of thousands of students are graduated. So military is substantially, they are contributing to the development of the nation, I believe.
Very well,
Thank you, sir. Sir, we would like to take another question from the comment section. That is, for the past 62 years, Shaheen has been bringing out meritorious glories and reputation. And how do you feel to be a part of this illustrious journey?
I am really proud of it. And to be a part of Shaheen, actually, I am attached with BAF Shaheen College Dhaka for last almost 30 years of my service life. Precisely saying almost 25 years, because I was making a bridge between the Air Force and the Shaheen College as an Air Force education officer. And now I am acting as the principal of Shaheen College. I am really proud to see that Shaheen College is substantially, I already told, contributing, and Shaheen College is producing very good generation with good human quality, and we see that our students, they are established and they are well placed in almost all the corners of the society.
Thank you, sir. Sir, as you have served in other Shaheen as well, like the other campuses of Shaheen, which are like there in Bangladesh. Sir, what were like the difference you found in Dhaka Shaheen rather than the like Gurmitola, then the Panchagor, those ones?
No, we don't have any Panchagor. We have Josor Shaheen. I served as a principal Josor Shaheen College. Okay, then I served as principal BF Shaheen College Gurmitola, and the latest is I'm serving here as principal BF Shaheen College Dhaka.
Yes, sir.
Amongst all the Shaheen colleges, first of all, Shaheen College Dhaka is the oldest one.
Sir.
It was established in 1960, I told, and the most important thing is that this is the busiest one. In terms of number of students, we are having the highest number of students here. In terms of pressure of admission, we are having the highest pressure here. In terms of what should I say, the importance amongst the educational institutions in Bangladesh, I believe Shaheen College comes almost at the top. And in terms of results, for last few years, constantly we are producing very good result, almost 100% in all public exams. All other Shaheen colleges are also producing very good results, or they are also producing very good students, but BF Shaheen College Dhaka is unique, I believe.
Thank you, sir. Sir, like students like me who are currently at their teen age, so sir, we are currently at the like learning and understanding phase of our life. Sir, what would you suggest us for developing ourselves as good human beings?
For the generation for whom we are working, the teachers, we are working for you. For you, our advice is, you are to be decisive. You have to have your concrete aim. First you have to select, or you have to put your aim, and then you have to strive on it. Number one. Number two is you have to utilize your time. You know, the time is the most precious thing. Once it goes off, you will not get it back.
Yes,
this is the main thing. And I have a particular advice for this generation, that you have to abide by the rules and regulations of the society or the institution. Wherever you are, you will find that there are some rules, regulations. You have to follow it. That means you have to honor the rules and regulations. And on top of everything, my suggestion is you have to follow the advice or the suggestions or the instructions of two people. One is at home, your parents, and the second one is your teachers in the institution. If you follow their advice or their instructions or their suggestions, I believe that you will surely achieve your goal in your life.
Thank you, sir. We'll surely try to follow.
Very inspiring and very knowledgeable words. Now, sir, my next question would be: a good human brings about a perfect world. But in being so, in this journey, we often face lots of difficulties. What, in your opinion, are some of the most difficult challenges occurring to somebody as young as me in their journey to be good morally and in all the ways possible?
You see, there is a proverb, it says, procrastination is the thief of time. It means that if you have a task for a particular time, you do it at that time. If you keep it for tomorrow, you are going to surely fail. So my suggestion is, do your job at the exact time. Whatever is to be done today, you do it today. Don't keep it for tomorrow. What we do usually, you see, the students of the secondary level, they study 9 and 10 for 2 years, and then they sit for the SSC examination. For the higher secondary level, they study 2 years, first year and second year, and then they sit for the HSC or higher secondary examination. What my experience says, that the students, they always keep piling up their task, waiting for the last moment. Okay, we will do it at the end of our year. So this gives you pressure, and sometimes these students, they break up with the pressure. So my suggestion is, do the thing when the time is there. So you are to be with the time. Don't wait for the future. If you wait for the future, you may lose the time, as well as you may not be able to achieve your desired goal.
Very well said, sir. I personally am guilty of that, for keeping things for later.
So don't do it.
Yes,
from now onward.
Yes, I am trying to do my best to keep my everything under. And sir, let's move on to the next question. Sir, most of us believe we are good morally, but sometimes it is important to look into oneself and see what the person is doing. Is it actually morally good, or is it something immoral? How can somebody identify if something is morally good or if it's immoral?
You see, everybody is having conscience. Human being, God created human being giving conscience.
Yes.
Conscience is your best judge. After the day is over, when you go to bed or when you are going to bed, you just discuss with yourself. Your conscience will say that you have done good or bad. So my suggestion is, always discuss with your conscience. At that time you will find that the day which you have just finished off, whether you have done the right thing or not.
Yes, sir. That is true.
Yes, sir, that's true. And we truly believe that our conscience is the thing that can keep us with for the good, working for the good, and do good for our country. And yes.
Sir, now I'd like to ask you our last question for today, and that is, these questions came from the comments, and these I particularly find interesting, and that is, So Shaheen is known to be very active in extracurriculums. Shaheen brings lots of prizes every year and the students here have extraordinary talent. Sir, in some cases, do you think being strongly affiliated with extracurricular may hamper studies, or is it as much important as studying?
I don't think so that the extracurricular activities is hampering the study, because nowadays ECA, what we tell extracurricular activities, these are almost having the equal importance as study, because extracurricular activities, actually what do? They develop your aesthetic domain.
Yes.
That means extracurricular activities along with study, they make a total or perfect man. If you only put your effort on study without extracurricular activity, you may achieve good grades in your exams, but what I believe, it is my personal belief, you may not be a complete man. To be a complete man, you need to study, as well as you need to give some time for extracurricular activities, so that you will be a complete man, because our aim is to become a complete man.
Yes.
Only educated man is not a complete man. A man with education as well as sense is a complete man. So sense or sensibility is developed with the participation of extracurricular activities, and that's why BF Shaheen College Dhaka is equally putting the same importance on extracurricular activities. You find that BF Shaheen College Dhaka is having a good number of clubs here. We have the English Language and Literature Club, we have the Science Club, Photography Club, and so many clubs. So we believe and we put emphasis and we give time, the teachers, to the students to develop their aesthetic domain. That's why we see that our students are nowadays, they are achieving good grades, as well as they are bringing glory for themselves as well as for the institution, college in terms of extracurricular activities.
And sir, I hope we have also been able to bring glory to our institute with our activities, and glory to you, sir.
Inshallah, we all together, me and the teaching staff of BF Shaheen College Dhaka, we always hope that our students will keep on bringing glory for the institution as well as for them.
Inshallah, sir, we will. And by this time, we have come to almost the end. And sir, at the very beginning, we addressed you as a very person having a great morale, and we believe that with all of your answers to the questions, you just proved us right again. And
as we are nearing today's podcast, I want to wholeheartedly thank you. This has been my utmost gratitude to have you in one of our podcast episodes, and I could not be any happier.
And also thank you to all of our viewers who were all along with us during the podcast interview.
I thank both of you. Also, I thank the BF Shaheen College Dhaka English Language and Literature Club for their this illustrious journey they are going through, and we hope, and I hope that BF Shaheen College Dhaka English Language and Literature Club, they will do even better in the coming days. Best wishes for you.
Inshallah, sir. Now, to end of today's podcast, I am Aftamid Shoram.
And I'm Afia Khanam Abha.
Signing off. Explore, learn, and commence.